We are here today with the semifinals of NCP Nimbus Season 3. The Detroit Steel Wings, the underdogs, in my opinion, who came in late to the season, didn't even get to draft a full team, put this team together and crawled from the depths of defeat, are now 8-5 technically after the 13 weeks that we played, including quarterfinals last week. If you guys did not check out the quarterfinals match, definitely go check it out. It was a doozy. It was a doozy. Let me just tell you that one right now. But we picked up the W, and we are now here in the semifinals. If you guys want to go watch that match because you haven't seen this one, the link will be in the description, as well as a few other links. We'll go full face cam really quickly so you guys can see the merch. We have Detroit Steel Wings merchandise. We've got the pillows in the background as well. If you guys want to pick that up, we do have a new league coming soon, the Breedjex Battle Royale. By the time you guys are seeing this, hopefully we are either in the middle of drafting or done drafting at this point, and there will be more content on that soon. But nevertheless, we are here today. We're taking it one league at a time, and we are going to do our best to bring home the cup. We have our work cut out for us, though. We are playing Zombie Captain and the Worcester Tornadus. That matchup the first time around is probably in my top 5 league matches of all time, because I got the shit hacked out of me. I hacked the shit out of him, and then we ended up winning because Rotom Fan is the GOAT. Like, Rotom Fan became one of my, like, go-to draft picks from now on. It is so good. I love it. It did wonders. It did wonders. But we barely won 1-0. He was undefeated up until he played us. So that goes for something to say. Definitely go check out my friend's channel. Link is in the description, of course, if you guys want to check out their side of the battle. It's a tough matchup, man. The last week we had a little bit of a advantage because we lost the last time around, and we knew like how to bring and like what to kind of how to like we had a different mentality. This one, I mean, we there's a lot of luck involved with the last one. I'm hoping there's not as much luck involved this time around, but we're gonna let the cards fall where they may. If we lose in the semifinals to Zombie, I'm 100% okay with that. Fantastic battler, fantastic prepper. I mean, just overall incredible person, just super nice as well. But if we win, awesome. I'm stoked. I'm gonna dance around my room. But if we lose, I mean, hey, semifinals is a great place to end it off at, to an incredible opponent. But I'm here to win. I am here to pick up the W. My name is CBAD, not Flim Flam Loser Pants. So Flim Flam Loser Pants checked out. He went home like at the beginning of the season. But we do have our team. We do have our work cut out for us. If you guys want to jump right on ahead of the battle, you'll see some text floating somewhere on screen in post-production, so you guys can go check that out. All that being said, though, thank you guys for the support, and you guys are going to start to see the teams appear on screen right about now. My opponent has access to Corviknight, Rotom Wash, Mamoswine, Whimsicott, Drapion, Indeedee Female, Swirlix, Chandelure, Gigalith, and Thwackey. Some things to note about my opponent's team are that they have 2 rockers in the form of Mamoswine and Gigalith, a Toxic Spiker in the form of Drapion, a Sticky Web user in the form of Swirlix, 3 Defoggers in the form of Corviknight, Whimsicott, and Rotom Wash, and an Aromatherapy user in the form of Indeedee. I do want to make mention, though, because the DLC has come out, while my opponent does have access to Hidden Ability Thwackey, he does not have access to any of the Move Tutor moves, so things like Grassy Glide, things like the Psychic Expansion move that's super broken on Indeedee right now. Things like that my opponent does not have access to, so but they do have access to Hidden Ability Thwackey if they so choose to bring Thwackey. But last time my opponent brought a team of Mirror Armor leftovers Corviknight, leftovers like Pivot Rotom Wash with Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Defog, and Will-O-Wisp, Scarf Mamoswine, Life Orb Indeedee, which actually did ooh, that was good bring. Infiltrator Specs Chandelure, and Sandstream Shookaberry Gigalith with Stealth Rock, Body Press, Stone Edge, and Rest. This time around, I am expecting a similar team. I don't know if Gigalith is going to show up. I don't think Gigalith did too much last time. I think this time around, my opponent's going to bring a similar setup. Corviknights come to every single match, so I would highly anticipate Corviknight shows up to this one. Mamoswine just runs shop. I think Whimsicott's going to show up this time around. I think Whimsicott's going to provide a little bit more utility this time around. I think Chandelure can also show up as well, based off the fact that it does get the Infiltrator ability. Rotom Wash serves as a great pivot, and then I was really on a toss-up between if they bring something like Drapion or if they bring something like Indeedee. But I do think Indeedee would show up just because it does, quite frankly, have good coverage against my team. So Those are the 6 that I think my opponent is bringing. Ooh, we're playing in like 20 minutes, so par for the course. But the first Pokemon we are bringing, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's hard to play the same matchups again and differ from the existing formula, but there is one set that really worked last time, and that was Bouquet the Roserade. She's not rocking the heat this week. We're not bringing Technician Magical Leaf. We already ran that smoke once. We are bringing Yachi Berry Roserade. Bouquet is rocking her Yachi Berry with the natural cure ability. Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, Leech Seeds, and Spikes. 140 EVs in defense, 140 EVs in special attack, 228 EVs in speed with a timid nature. This spread, for those of you guys who do not know, we do outspeed Rotom Wash, which is base 86, so we outspeed Rotom, Mamoswine, Female Indeedee, Chandelure, Gigalith, Swirlix, Thwackey, Corviknight as well. The only thing that is outspeeding us on his team is the Whimsicott and the Drapion. Can't do too much to Drapion. Whimsicott can't do too much to us. So that is something to note there. We do come in on full after Stealth Rocks. If we come in on full, we do live a Scarfed Earthquake from Mamoswine, and we do one-shot it with Energy Ball. Likewise, our Yachi Berry does allow us to live an Icicle Crash, and then we are able to go for an Energy Ball and knock it out. The Shadow Ball was pretty neutral ground coverage. I don't think we will need Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb is super effective against Thwackey and Swirlix and Whimsicott. Shadow Ball is neutral against Whimsicott, so I'm not too worried about it. I don't think it stays in against me for fear of that. I did like the Leech Seed recovery that was able to provide my team last time, and being able to just get a little bit more chip down on there. And then frankly, I do like a Spike. I think a Spike goes a long way. I'm a big fan of Spikes now in these matchups, and I do think that it is going to provide some good chip damage where we need it against Pokemon like Mamoswine, Whimsicott, Drapion, Indeedee, Swirlix, Chandelure, Gigalith, Thwackey. Everything that's not named Corviknight and Rotom Wash, we do well against that. Or we do well against that with the Spike. Nothing too crazy here. It's almost identical to the set we brought last time, because it just really worked out with what we needed it to do. Set up a Leech Seed, bait the Mamoswine. So I really I thought about Shukaberry. Excuse me. I thought about Shukaberry on Jirachi. I thought about Yachi on either Rotom or Diggersby, but ultimately Roserade does a really good job at taking that hit and then going from there and just doing some big boy damage. Next up here, we've got, again, a similar set to last time. We are bringing Alexandria the Scrafty. Last time we brought Alexandria, she was bringing her Assault Vest with the Intimidate ability, Knock Off, Drain Punch, Fire Punch, and Super Fang. This time, she's still got her vest on, but we've changed things up a little bit. We've got the Assault Vest on. We have Shed Skin. Shed Skin is going to help out against the flamethrower burn from Chandelure that we got last time. Unfortunately, any stun, any status moves that Rotom Wash wants to go for as well. Knockoff is really great for removing items. Drain Punch is really good for recovery against things like Mamoswine, against things like the Gigalith. Fire Punch does help out against the Corviknights, and as well as the Thwackey. And then Low Kick is actually really nice. What Low Kick does is, with this attack investment, we do have a really solid chance to OHKO Mamoswine with some pre-existing damage. Our natural bulk does allow us to take one Earthquake, and then we can turn around and knock it out with a Low Kick afterwards. So I do like that. The EVs that we are running, we have 244 EVs in HP. The 44 in attack with an adamant nature are what help out with Low Kick. 4 in defense because nothing goes unwasted. 108 in special defense because the spread that we brought last time did help us get 3-hit KO'd by certain special threats, and then 2-hit KO'd from full by Whimsicott. So that is going to help out as well. And then the 108 in speed puts us at 92. And what that does is that allows us to outpace a uninvested Corviknight. That allows us to outpace Swirlix, Gigalith as well. And pretty much just kind of, we wanted to be a little bit faster than Corviknight, in all honesty, because I want to be able to knock off Fire Punch, knock off Fire Punch, knock off Fire Punch as much as I can before Brave Birds knocks me out. I bring in something else to take it down, but hopefully that's not the case. But that is why that spread is there. Next up, I'm really excited for this set, and I'm going to put it on screen so you guys can see it. I'm super excited for this set, because I think this is going to be where our I think this is going to be one of our win cons this week. I'm like optimistic. I'm very optimistic about this set. Kevin the Rotom fan is rocking their Light Clay with the Levitate ability, Reflect, Light Screen, Volt Switch, and Air Slash. 252 EVs in HP, 4 in defense, 252 in speed with a timid nature. Now, this is a really interesting set, and the reason I think it's going to catch my opponent off guard is because I have Alolan Ninetales. I don't think my opponent is going to predict dual screens Rotom, I think they're going, like, who brings dual screens anything else when you have a Alola Ninetales? You know, when someone drafts a Alola Ninetales, you know, boom, you have a Veil set up right there. I think this is where I'm going to be able to get a little bit of an upper hand on my opponent. I don't know by how much, though. We will see. Volt Switch is really nice just for pivot momentum. It does super effective damage against Corviknight. It does neutral damage to the Rotom Wash as well. Air Slash is great because it provides that 30% chance to flinch, which did come in clutch last time. We have max HP just to optimize our overall bulk, 107 in both defense and special defense. And then we do have 252 EVs in speed with the Timid nature. That is outspeeding, that is speed tying Rotom Wash, and that is outspeeding female Indeedee by 1 point. Again, we outspeed the Mamoswine, we outspeed Indeedee, we outspeed Chandelure, Gigalith, Thwackey, things like that as well, Corviknight as well. So that is this set. I really think it's going to provide us some good solid momentum to help like take some of those hits from the stronger things better. Mamoswine hits like a truck. Whimsicott under the right circumstances hits like a truck. Indeedee under terrain hits like a truck. Chandelure 145 base special attack. Get out of here. It's crazy. So that is Rotom Fan this week. I think it's going to do some work. Next up here, we are bringing Plague the Toxapex. I did not bring Plague last week, and last time we played. And frankly, I think this was one of the few matches that I did not bring Toxapex to, and I'm going to bring Plague this week. Plague's got a really interesting, not even an interesting set, just a really interesting move that we're running this week. You guys already see it on screen, but we're rocking Black Sludge with Regenerator, Stockpile, Recover, Scald and Haze. 252 EVs in HP, 252 EVs in defense, 4 in special attack with a bold nature. Scald's pretty free. Scald's pretty free. We can just toss off a burn wherever we want to, you know, recover off some damage, things like that. Can't be toxic, so that's really cool as well. So we just kind of sit in front of things. We've got Recover paired with Black Sludge, so we can get as much recovery out of the turns as we can. Haze is really nice for things like Bulk Up Corviknight, Nasty Plot Rotom, Swords Dance Drapion, Calm Mind Indeedee, Calm Mind Chandelure, things like that. So just be able to toss up a Haze and go from there. This also does help out in general with Corviknight because we can just kind of click Scald and Stockpile up in front of it. What Stockpile does, for those of you guys who don't know, is that we can use it by 3 times, and it does raise our defense and special defense by 1, which really just puts us in a really, really, really solid position to just sit in front of my opponent. Being +1 defense and special defense allows us to help out with things like Mamoswine, with things like Indeedee as well. So being able to just get some extra Scald damage off on either of those can be really beneficial for us. Outside of that, it helps out with Pokemon like Chandelure. It helps out with Pokemon like the Drapion. It helps out with Pokemon like the Whimsicott. And helps out with Pokemon like Corviknight as well. So next up here on the team, we are bringing CBAD, Bless the Jirachi. They are rocking their leftovers with the Serene Grace, Stealth Rock, Flash Cannon, Thunderbolt, and U-Turn. 252 EVs in special attack, 4 in special defense, 252 EVs in speed with a modest nature. Now, I did not bring any hazard removal this week, and I think between spikes and rocks, it will force my opponent to go for hazard removal of their own. So if they do attempt to get up any rocks, we can absorb their T-Spikes with either of our poison types, and then rocks are really only affecting Rotom as well. But putting up our own rocks and spikes will pressure them to defog. Flash Cannon is really spammable against my opponent's team. Flash Cannon does neutral damage to Thwackey, super effective damage to Gigalith, super effective damage to Swirlix, neutral damage to Indeedee, Drapion, super effective to Whimsicott and Mamoswine. And then we also have Thunderbolt as our other move to hit the Corviknight, the Rotom Wash, the Chandelure as well. And then U-Turn is really nice for pivot momentum. The idea behind this is that if Corviknight feels like it can take a hit from Jirachi, we're going to go for Thunderbolt on the defog, on the whatever. And then when they switch out, we go for the U-Turn there because Corviknight's really essential to my opponent's defensive backbone. So having that U-Turn momentum is going to be really, really nice in my opinion. That being said, Jirachi's going to put in a ton of work. I think being able to put it behind screens as well is going to be really nice. 252 EVs in speed puts us as the same speed tier as Roserade. So we're outspeeding Rotom, Mamoswine, Indeedee, Swirlix, Chandelure, Gigalith, and Thwackey. Drapion and Whimsicott do outspeed. The last Pokemon we have on the team here is hidden below the Diggersby. He is rocking the Life Orb with the huge power ability, Agility, Earthquake, Thunder Punch, and Body Slam. We have 68 EVs in HP, 252 EVs in attack, 188 EVs in speed with an adamant nature. This Pokemon as of right now, after an agility, will outpace Scarf Rotom Wash as well as Scarf Mamoswine. We do outpace naturally uninvested Drapion with this. We hit 122, so we're outpacing Bulky Corviknight. We're outpacing Bulky Rotom Wash. Mamoswine's going to have some speed on it, so I don't see us outspeeding that, but we're going to outpace uninvested Drapion, uninvested Indeedee, Swirlix, uninvested Chandelure, Gigalith, and Thwackey as well. Well, uninvested Thwackey, I guess I should say. But after an agility, we outspeed the fastest thing, and I think my opponent would Scarf. I don't think they would Scarf Drapion, and if they do, that's great prep on their part. But Earthquake hits really, really hard. Earthquake hits the Gigalith, Chandelure, Indeedee, Drapion for super effective damage. Thunder Punch hits the Corviknight for super effective damage, as well as neutral damage to Rotom. And then Body Slam hits everything it's not named Corviknight or Chandelure or Gigalith, quite frankly. So dual stab mixed with Thunder Punch to help out with Corviknight is going to be really beneficial. Being able to set up an agility behind either of the screens that Kevin can get it up should provide us the opening we need to just kind of start poking holes as much as we need, leaving something like Roserade, Scrafty, Jirachi to kind of pick up afterwards and pick up a few KOs. So this is it, man. This is what we're going for. We're gunning all the way to the top. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the team builder. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the team down below. We're going to hop right into the battle, and I'll see you guys there. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the semifinals of the NCP. The Detroit Sea Wings taking on the Booster Tornadus and Zombie Captain. If you guys did not check the team builder out, you guys are skipping right here. You guys see the 6 I'm bringing down there. Yachi Berry, Roserade, AV Scrafty, Light Clay Rotom Fan, Black Sludge Toxapex, Leftovers, Stealth Rock 3 attack, Jirachi, and Agility Life Orb Diggersby. You guys see the 6 that I think my opponent is bringing right down there. Pick up some merch while you're at it. Let's press A at the starting signal and see what my opponent is bringing today. Oh, we can actually see this all on one screen now. Okay, perfect. Oh, okay. I like that. This is my first battle since the DLC came out. So, looks like a little bit of a team that I expected. So we do see the Corviknight. We do see the Mamoswine. We do not see the Whimsicott, and instead we see Drapion. We see the Chandelure. We see the Rotom Wash. We do not see the Indeedee, but instead we see the Gigalith. So let me make some quick updates here to the team. To that layout. We've got Drapion instead. And then no Indeedee, but instead the Gigalith did come back. So actually, the wrong change I predicted. Instead of Indeedee, my opponent brought Drapion this time. So looking at my opponent's team, I do like leading off with the Jirachi. I think Jirachi provides us a pretty good lead overall. And we're just going to go from there. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but excited. Let me make sure I've got the right calc open here. Booyah. All right. Let's see what we got. Drapion's an interesting choice. I don't know if I saw Drapion showing up, but it might be a little problematic. We'll have to take care of that thing as we can. Leads off with Dryce, which is the Rotom Wash. Okay, cool. So we will be able to get some early rocks up against the Rotom, which I'm okay with. And we'll see what my opponent wants to do here. Rocks will be good for chipping away at everything. 25% damage on the Mamoswine and on the Chandelure as well. Rotom Wash, let me just make a note here. Rotom Wash has Levitate ability. We do need to keep in mind that Chandelure more than likely has infiltrated or go through our dual screens Rotom. So we will need to keep that in mind here. We are faster than Rotom, so it is not the offensive pivot that or the offensive Pokemon that it could have been. He does have Reflect. Okay, so he brought his own dual screens Rotom. Stop. Oh my goodness. Let's go. I'm going to try to stall as many turns of this thing as I can. Let's go. Oh no, we both brought dual screens Rotom. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. All right. Oh, that's I'm like excited but not excited. Let's get a Thunderbolt off on this thing for some damage. Pretty sure it's Light Clay at this point. There's the light screen as well. Oh my god, we both did it. I'm just geeking out over that, man. Probably has Volt Switch and Hydro Pump as well. Let's just get the super aggressive play is going Diggersby. I'm just gonna Thunderbolt for some more damage here. I'm bringing it down to a little bit above half. There's the Volt Switch as well. Okay. Incredible. Incredible. What comes out here? Mamoswine? Drapion? Mamoswine, probably. Flash Cannon's doing 50 to 60 to Mamoswine if it does show up. The Drapion comes out. We are not faster than this thing. It is going to take a little bit of rocks damage, though. And we are going to get our leftovers. So, in a perfect world, I am faster than this thing. I do not want to take a knockoff. What do I want to take a knockoff with? He's got the Chandelure, so I want to keep AV around on Crafty. Let's go Toxapex. Let's go Toxapex. Why not? Let's do that. Let's keep this thing healthy. Let's get this nice and healthy. Let's keep it around to toss off some flash cannons and whatnot. Let's see what the Drapion wants to go for. Swords Dance. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see if he has Black Sludge or anything like that. We are pretty defensive. I'm just going to go for a Haze right here. Drapion has base 90 attack. So this Earth, he's just got knockoff. Okay. That's going to do a lot of damage. That's going to do a lot of damage, but that'll be fine. We'll get that +2 out of there. And then what I do want to do is just go for a recover, quite frankly. Another knockoff isn't going to knock me out. He's got Swords Dance. Okay. He's going to keep Swords Dancing in my face. That's fine. I'll just recover here to get a little bit more. And now I can just Haze again, so I'm curious what he wants to do. Because I can stall out these turns of screens. Oh, he's got the Earthquake. Okay. That's going to be doing a little bit more to me this time around. That's going to be doing just a little bit more to me. Now, he can SD on my switch here into Rotom. I feel like that's pretty obvious. I do just want to go for a recover here, in case that's the way he goes for it. There's the Swords Dance again. Okay. I'll stall out as many of these turns as I can. We'll get a little bit more HP back. We're not taking that quite as well. The Reflect wears off. And I'm just going to click Haze. Here comes the Earthquake. Is going to bring us down pretty low. But I'm going to go for the Haze here. The light screen wears off. In case he goes for an SD again, I am just going to Haze here. There's the knockoff. Okay. We do live on 7. We do live on 7. Now then. Can I threaten him out by going out into Rotom on, or Diggersby on the switch? Can I do that? I'm going to go out. I think I got to go out into Scrafty on the switch here to take that. Swords Dance, knockoff, Earthquake. You could go for an SD right here. There's the knockoff. So he removes our AV, which is fine. This is going to be doing some pretty decent damage, I feel like, to Drapion. Let's see. Uninvested, it looks like Drain Punch is our best bets. I do just like click and knockoff, though. He withdraws. Okay. He withdraws and goes out into Griffins, which is the Corviknight. So Corviknight's going to take a little bit of rocks damage. And we are going to knock off a item here. We do see that it does have pressure, though. We're probably going to get rid of leftovers. Safety goggles. Whoa. Was that for the... I'm curious if that was for the gosh diggity darn Roserade. I'm gonna go for a Fire Punch here for a little bit of damage. We are faster, so he is a pretty bulky set, as we can see right here. Goes for the Defog, gets the Roxoid. That's fine. That is fine by me. Probably a Flying type move is gonna come out right here. I'm gonna go out into Rotom. Either on the Brave Bird, the Iron Head, the Body Press. We kind of do sit in front of this thing a little bit. He could also U-turn. He's got Roost as well. So Roost, Defog, blankety blank. Now, on the off chance he does go out into something here, I'm going to go for my own Reflect. I'm going to get my 7 turns of screens up now. That is how I want to play this game. He withdraws. Okay. Probably into Gigalith is a safe bet, which is Bloodline the Gigalith. Yep. So Gigalith comes out. It is going to set the sand. I assume. Yep, it does have Sandstream. And we'll get this Reflect up here. We can Volt Switch out this next turn for a little bit of chip damage on this thing. We'll get a little bit of chip. We can go Scrafty. And then probably Pivot. He could Body Press predicting Scrafty. Let's go Scrafty. Let's go Scrafty. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got. Let's see if he's a similar set to last time. He just does set up Stealth Rock. Okay. No big deal. And we see leftovers on this thing. Now what I'm going to do here... I'm going to go hard out in a Diggersby. I don't think he'd want to get this thing weakened. Let's see. Let's take a little bit of rocks damage. He withdraws as well. Probably goes down to Corviknight. Here's the Corviknight. Now I can get a big Thunder Punch off on this thing. I can also probably get up an Agility behind screens as well. Let's go for the Thunder Punch. Let's get some big damage off on this thing. Big damage. Big damage. Here's the U-turn as well. Defog Roost U-turn blank. Defog Roost U-turn blank. All right, he goes out into Sia, which is the Chandelure. Now, Chandelure is not... Oh, if I would have agility'd here, that would have been great. Because there's going to be a flamethrower coming out here. I'm going to switch out into my Scrafty here. Scrafty no longer has the Assault Vest, but we're hopefully going to be able to take a little bit of hits from this thing. Let's see what type of move the Chandelure wants to go for. There's the flamethrower. Okay. Gonna be doing some decent damage. Sandstorm goes away as well. Now, knockoff's not a bad play. Knockoff is not a bad play. Let's go for it. Let's go for knockoff here. I think it's going to be a roll. I think it's got to be if he's going to risk this roll here. He withdraws. Okay. He withdraws and goes out into Griffins. Knockoff into Fire Punch should knock this thing out as well. Even knockoff and a Drain Punch should knock this thing out. All right. Oh, nice crit. Nice crit. I'm going to go for Drain Punch here. Drain Punch should knock this thing out. Give me a little bit of recovery. And then see what he wants to go out into after that to revenge this. Perfect. Scrafty KOs Corviknight. All right, let's see what he wants to go out into to revenge this. Drapion could, depending on. He goes out into Dry Switch. Is that Drapion? Oh, that's actually the Rotom here. Okay. So I do like knocking off the Light Clay. Is my... Where is my... I have one more turn of Reflect. Okay. Let's go for a knockout. Let's remove this thing's Light Clay if that's how the game is going to play. There's the Reflect again. There we go. And now we're going to remove that light clay. And now what I want to do to get... How much health is he at? I want to go on to Rotom and just click a move real quick. But I don't think that's the right play. How much is Roserade doing to this thing behind screens? Rotom wash. Max HP, light screen up. 42 to 49 with Energy Ball. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to go out to Roserade on the light screen here. Light screen here. We're going to take a little bit of rocks damage. There's the light screen. Okay. Now, Energy Ball is a pretty obvious play. I think I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed here. I'm going to go for the Leech Seed on what I anticipate to be Drapion or Chandelure. Turns out to be the Drapion. Okay. Let's get a little Leech Seed recovery from this thing. Perfect. And we're going to get a little bit of our recovery back. Perfect. We're back at full now. It's an interesting scenario we find ourselves in because he's going to go for a Swords Dance. And Jirachi is not faster than Jolly Drapion here. I think we have to get Toxapex in to get some Regenerator. We're going to get Regenerator and we're going to get Leech Seed. Unless he just goes for it. He withdraws. Okay. Fine play. Fine play. Goes back out into Dry Switches the Rotom. Okay. That was probably a best case scenario for us, if I'm being honest. Now, I don't think he will... Going Diggersby is such an aggressive play. I feel like I have to go for it. How much is his Rotom at? Diggersby... Rotom... Through a Reflect. Body Slam is doing 36 to 43. Unfortunately, not enough. I do need to go out into... Let's go into Jirachi here. Probably going to Volt Switch right here. Diggersby would have been a super aggressive play. Yeah, if we would have went Diggersby, that would have been super aggressive. I don't know if we would have been rewarded or punished for it, so only time will tell. Only time will tell. We're slowly getting weakened, and I need to make sure this... Here we go. All right. This guy's back in. I need to hit you with a Flash Cannon for some damage. I need to hit you with a Flash Cannon for some damage here. And I need to see if I'm faster. I need something on you. I am faster. So that means Roserade is also faster. Big boy damage. There's the Swords Dance. Okay. That means Roserade is almost faster. So after this next Flash Cannon, we should be in a good spot. Light Screen wore off as well. So Flash Cannon should knock this thing out. Oh, please. Oh, baby. Wait, he is fast? Oh, it's a speed tie. Oh, we speed tied. Oh, man. Drapion. KO's Jirachi. All right. I'm going to go out on a Scrafty here. Oh, boy. We might need to win some serious speed ties. We need Scrafty to be pretty bulky against this Drapion here. I'm going to go for the Drain Punch. I don't know. Depending on speed size, we might... Oh, he does have Brick Break. Shit. All right. There's the Brick Break. Yeah. Okay, so he does have Brick Break. So, we can go out into Rose Raid and risk that. 1 point faster on some of these mons. We would have had a good... We would have been in a good scenario. I can go out into Toxpex and try to live the Earthquake. What I want to do here to save any sort of face is to go out into Toxapex. And then I want to double out into Rotom Fan, predicting the Earthquake to get a little bit more Regenerator. I don't know if we can bring this back. I don't know if we can bring this back here. There's the Earthquake. Okay. So how much is Rotom doing to this thing? Drapion. Looks like Air Slash is my best play. I need to win a speed tie here. Oh, I don't even win a speed tie, do I? Nope, because I'm 151. All right. Yep. I think Drapion just wins. Ah, I lost that speed tie. That was unfortunate. Drapion KOs Rotom. I think my only play right now is to go out into Rose Raid and get like some huge like energy ball crit, which I don't even think will work. Because he's got Brick Break. He's got Brick Break. So I can't go out into Diggersby. If I would have agility with Diggersby sooner. There's the knockoff. We cannot say, oh, Drapion wins this. Damn. You know what? It was a good game, and it was a good run we had. It was a good game and a good run we had. In some weird world where he does not have priority on his Mamoswine, I am going to come in here and click agility. A Brick Break is going to kill me. There's the Brick Break. Yep. Brick Break's going to knock me out. Drapion just sets up and wins. Man, oh man. The end of a season, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what, though. I did not prepare for Drapion. A lot of my team was sped to outspeed or to underspeed and speed tie with Drapion. So, or at least with this exact build. So, unfortunately, that is going to be the way the cookie crumbles in this matchup. I don't even think Toxapex can, +2 Earthquake's going to finish off Toxapex here. That is going to be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to lose 5-0 to Zombie Captain and the Wooster Tornadus in the semifinals here. A little bit of an unfortunate situation, but it's going to be what it's going to be. That's what I get for under-preparing for Drapion. So thank you guys so much for the support this season. Finishing where we did in the end of the season was incredible, and making it all the way to the semifinals and playing an incredible coach like Zombie Captain was more than I expected at the beginning of the season. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys have enjoyed this season, show some love on that like button down below. And of course, if you guys are new and you guys want more Draft League content, there's a new one right around the corner. So subscribe and stick around for that. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. And I'll see you on the next video. Later.